Well, hello there. Happy post Thanksgiving, post turkey. If you're a turkey fan, uh, turkey makes you sleep a lot. I slept a lot last couple of days. About a week ago, I went out to price some, a Thanksgiving meal, and it was like $70. I'm like, okay, gonna have to cut some things out. Um, and I did cut some things out. I even looked at and I found some turkeys that were a little bit older, but I figured um, I could make a post Thanksgiving chili. So it's Black Friday, and I went out and I got some fixins for chili and made up a chili post Thanksgiving chili batch, and it was hot, 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 spicy. You got to be careful with those spicy things because you overindulge in making it too spicy. And so going in, things come out, it's going to be very similar. but but yeah, so I made my chili, and it was received well by all those that ate, and got like two more, maybe three more leftovers. I think I got um, two more in the fridge at least, maybe three. But you chop, you dice, and it's cold outside. And so, meanwhile, while you're stirring the pot, you go out and you check on the outdoor critters, make sure they're fed, and so once they're fed, you come in, you take a nap, and once you smell it throughout the house, and okay, it's like it wakes you up from your nap. You're like, I'm hungry again. You smell food and it makes you hungry. So I know I got the thing cooking. I stirred it up enough. 45 minutes, hour and a half, and taking a break and watching little tidbits of things along the way, and checking on critters, making sure they're all nice and comfortable and cozy. And so I've got a coop, a chicken coop, right outside my back window, and I've got a guinea pig in there. And when I was looking at about putting the guinea pig in there, adopted, and well cared for, well fed, and I looked up some research, and it was like guinea pigs don't like to be cold. So before I brought her in, and it was cold at the time, well over a year ago, it was getting cold at the time. I checked the temperature of the coop, and I paid attention to the temperature over it for a few months, from late late spring to early fall, and it was very consistent temperature. Because in the chicken coop, what the method that I use to generate heat naturally is, so everybody poops, and I put in things like Timothy hay often. So the Timothy hay, it's feed. and other things come down there, get frogs and mice and different things that come in there. And the chicken love the mice. Oh, they're little raptors. Like, you can hear them go, right? And you hear everything shaking. And Happy the guinea pig. She doesn't get scared. She's like, my babies. She raised them. People are like, you can't keep a guinea pig with chickens, but I got them from uh, right after hatch born, uh, late spring. So it was warm enough, and so I wasn't too concerned for their welfare because it was warm enough, 65 degrees, pretty warm, and it stays that way. It's because there's like a well, and at the bottom layer, there's at least at any given point 3 to 4 inches of organic matter that's decomposing, and decomposing material uh, creates its own heat in the wintertime, like dead of winter, like right now. If I were to take like one of those thermal uh, cameras or something like that, it would show that bottom layer is like fiery, and of course heat rises, so it's always warm in there. Plus, it's much lower. It's 6 feet, so the lower you get, the more consistent the temperature stays. So uh, I wasn't overly concerned when. So my last group of chickens, I believe they were poisoned by an apple. And I know you're like, oh, Snow White or whichever Disney character had the poisoned apple by the evil witch or the stepmother or something like that. But I found remnants of an apple, and they all just perished all at once. And it was very disheartening. I was very upset, but I figured out what it was, and I created a solution behind it, screens and other things, to make sure that there was no outside influence except for what my physical presence knew how to get there for them, for their feed and water and well-being. Uh, Chickens are very easy, very easy. Guinea pigs are a little bit harder, but they're also very easy because they'll take any scrap pig. It's right in the name. They're pigs. You throw whatever in there, and they eat it up. But she has to compete with the big girls. But since she raised them, they look at her like mom, mom. So they're never going to hurt her. And so what? How long has it been now? They've been grown. They've been producing eggs. Oh, it's like when they do this song, they give me an egg. It's like they sing. Here you go, Daddy. Here's my egg. Pop, bark, 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 bark. And when I give them food, uh, they say thank you. Bark, 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 bark. And I say you're welcome. Bark, 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 bark. And uh, when they give me an egg, I say thank you. Bark, 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 bark. And they say you're welcome. Bark, 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 bark. And it's every day, often. Uh, but when it's cold, like it is now, because it's 7 degrees, so it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's 32 is freezing. 25 is well below freezing, but check the temperature on the coop, still 65. And everybody seems comfortable. They're happy. Happy, happy. Happy is happy. So I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm their rooster. you know. There and So sometimes when I hear their call and I have to, I'm in the middle of something, and they're like, "Arr, arr," and you hear all kinds of things, you know, get up, go out, go check, see what's going on. And for the most part, when they do the song, there's an egg there for me. But there's uh, certain noises that they make, and they clutter things because I've got things hanging, and it bangs against things, and they know how to, like, it's like ringing a warning bell. So if they ring the warning bell, that's when I get a little bit concerned. So I'm their rooster. So I go out there and I check, and I cannot tell a lie, right? I've got a guardian that just he lives here now. He's been over here well over a year. I can't recall how long it's been or when he first came. When I first really started, making sure that he's protected. But he's a fierce protector of our household because I feed him, I care for him, I've taken him to the vet in the middle of the night. And if he has some sort of other issue, which may be more long term, I find a small uh, place for him to recuperate, which is not in my house. But when he just needs like an hour or two, I'll bring him in. And he does not like it when I'm on the internet. If I go on the internet, he gets very antsy. He's very in tune. It's nature. He knows. It's like this is worldwide, and there's vibes out there. And so, because he's so at peace with nature, you know, he'll allow things like not things, but animals like foxes and I think I posted foxes and um, marsupials. Got one, so he's like very silent, and you can walk up on him, and you won't see him, and he'll be laying there right in front of you, and you're looking for him, specifically looking for him, and you won't see him. So in the coop, there's a hawk that came down, big red-tailed hawk, call them chicken hawks, and he thought he could mess around with the chicken coop, mess around with the chickens. It's getting cold. He's hungry, and so I look out and I see a little bit of movement and activity out there, and then I stop seeing movement for a good little bit. Sorry if this is lagging. Seems like it hit a couple lags a couple times, but I guess you're going to get the sentiment. So I hear a squabble, and I see a wings above the chicken coop. I'm used to seeing wings in the coop, but not outside the chicken coop. So I'm thinking the chicken got out. I'm like, these girls are pretty smart. They might have gotten out, and maybe they're trying to get back in. But and I'm colorblind, so I didn't actually see the red tail, but I saw the wingspan. I was like, that's not a chicken. And as the hawk, after the girls were like banging stuff, I see the wings of the hawk, huge, and then I see the cat that hangs out here because, like I said, he's he's silent, downwind, out of sight. He knows when to move. He knows when to strike when the moment is right, without thinking, with his eyes closed, because he's got eyes. taking pictures of him. And if you catch him just right, there's a glare, and he knows it. He knows it. He's just that intuitive. And so I see a dark form as the wings go up like that. Meow! Samson went after that cat and he's like, "You're not gonna mess around with my daddy's chickens." So he's a rooster. He protects the coop, and of course I'm the one who feeds them and everything like that. Make sure they're uh, clean and healthy and everything like that. And it got me to thinking about chicken coops, and it got me to a Grateful Dead song. I thought it was a Grateful Dead song, but no. Um, let's see, it was uh, um, originally by Willie Dixon, Little Red Rooster, blues standard credited to arranger and songwriter Willie Dixon. The song was first recorded in 1961 by American blues musician Howlin' Wolf in Chicago blues style. Let's see if I can pull this up. See who Willie Dixon is. So, Willie Dixon, American blues musician, vocalist, songwriter, arranger, record producer, proficient in playing both upright bass and guitar. Sang with a distinctive voice, but he's perhaps best known as one of the most prolific songwriters of his time, next to Muddy Waters. Dixon is recognized as the most influential person in shaping the post-World War II sound of Chicago blues. That's cat's water. This is the water bit. I got the top around here. I have to leave it off, or else he comes over and he rubs on mine, and who knows what he's into. Dixon songs have been recorded by countless musicians, and I guess uh, Rolling Stones got a hold of it. So this kind of predates my knowledge of this song, because when I looked it up, I did a little bit of research, and I had no idea Rolling Stones did it. And this is how it goes. I'm the little red rooster, too lazy to crow for day. I'm the little red rooster, too lazy to crow for day. Keep everything in the barnyard upset in every way. The dogs begin to bark now, and the hounds begin to howl. Dogs begin to bark now, and the hounds begin to howl. Watch out, strange cat people, little red roosters on the prowl. If you see my little red rooster, please drive him home. If you see my little red rooster, please drive him home. I had no peace in the farmyard since my little red rooster's been gone. So I did look up the song. I hadn't listened to it in a long time, as with all these others. So I found, of course, I did look up Beat Cave. Before I go into Beat Cave, I'm going to do the version that I think I heard in concert. Maybe not, but at least it's very close. Yeah, so when I just heard that twang, I paused it. I was like, I think that's it. May not be it, but it was around the same timeline. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out a little bit further. And of course, under fair use, I'm gonna play this song. And I don't think the Grateful Dead has really ever struck me for, for playing one of their songs because it's so popular and it's got such good message that I think they all like to get a message out, and it's a life message. So it's not just a song. So I don't think I've ever heard a Grateful Dead song that I can say doesn't have a life message in it, right? So if you're uh, putting it out there like that, why wouldn't you want everyone to know this message? So of course the song's like 9 minutes long, and I didn't listen to the lyrics yet, but my guess, my guess, it's gonna be Bob Weir. I'm a little red rooster, too lazy to crow for days. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be Jerry singing this. Upset when you keep everything in the barnyard, people upset and the howls, they begin to howl. Right? So, yeah, I was correct. And then, so I went to find the meaning behind the song, Little Red Rooster. And this is someone who wrote about it from the Rolling Stones lyrics and song, I guess they found. Um, so the all right, here you go. They even mentioned it. That's okay. So this is by the beatcrave.com, and this is one by Janet Matthews. So Janet Matthews is the one who's given Janet Matthews' opinion. And Little Red Rooster starts with the iconic line. I didn't know it was iconic because I'd never heard it anywhere else. But for me, I guess it was iconic. And maybe for Janet, it's also iconic. The lyrics written by the legendary Willie Dixon tell the story of a rooster who was too lazy to announce the arrival of dawn. And so the significance. It was marked as a significant moment for the Rolling Stones and the blues genre as a whole. At a time when rock music was gaining popularity, the Stones chose to pay homage to their roots by releasing a traditional blues song. So, yeah, with raw vocals, gritty guitar riffs, and harmonica solos, it perfectly captures the essence of blues. This bold move showcased the Stones' musical versatility. Da, 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 da. Let's see what has what the other website has. Beat Crave. Song meanings. Song meanings. Genius. Let's go see what Genius.com has to say about it. Producers Willie Dixon, Phil Chess, and one more. I don't know. So I guess Genius is lacking in creativity, but Beat Crave seems to find uh, people who can actually give their experience and write. And so, in any case, I I'm the little red rooster in this case. And I've got a guardian, silent guardian, who alerts me. And so, as long as everything's cool in the barnyard, so yeah, I had to go out and check on some critters. And so the cat, I made him that cat condo. That's what I call it, the cat condo. And I've got a heating element there, which is all weather, 25 degrees out. And still, if I open the door, he comes out. It's like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And he doesn't seem to care if a fox or a possum or my suspicion, and I thought I had it on camera, but it disappeared. Um, a little baby bear, little black bear. They all come up and hang out. He's got gray cats. He's got orange cats. He's got striped cats. He's got all kinds of cats with white paws and white stripes and all kinds of nice little. He's very tolerant. But this red hawk, I call it chicken hawk, but this huge wingspan, and chicken's got all kerfuffled, and the hawk made a disturbance because cat's tolerant until the girls made a kerfuffle. Cat was just going to let him be because cat sits up there and the girls are cool with cat, but this hawk seemed like the hawk wanted to poke in where he wasn't invited, and so cat shushed him away. It's like, get out of here. And after I went out and investigated, everybody was cool out there. Cat, he's like, he's cool out here. He was, coming back from his prowl of checking out what this thing was, and made sure he was gone far enough. Didn't have to worry about him again. Let him know, let the hawk know, you're not coming back here to mess around in my area. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm a little red rooster, too lazy, crow for days. Keep everything in the barnyard upset in every way.